Hi, folks. Welcome to We Be Fishing, the viewable podcast right here on YouTube. Now, we're a spin-off version of the B&T Catfishing Adventures channel, so if you go ahead and subscribe now, you get not only We Be Fishing, but the B&T Catfishing Adventures channel as well, and we would love to have you. Now, we are talking about giving a fishing report right here in October. Now, this is a general fishing report for the country, the United States. All right. Now, we're talking about freshwater fishing. Now, even though we're talking about freshwater fishing, the saltwater down there we're having some problems with because of hurricanes at this point in time. It's devastating the South down here. Down in Florida, the Carolinas, Tennessee, the floods in Tennessee were tremendous. As of today, we have another hurricane about to hit down there in Florida. And prayers go out to all the people down there and everyone in general that is suffering from the hurricanes, the hurricane that just went through and the ones to come. We're praying for you guys, and we're hoping that you've moved to a safe place if you can get there, and hopefully it's not as bad as we think it may be. Okay, with that being said, the hurricane has caused a lot of flooding, damage, debris in the water, and this and that, and we're not just talking about the oceans. Your lakes and your rivers around those areas are all affected by these events that have taken place. So obviously, for some of you, you may just want to avoid those areas, especially if you don't live in the area and you were thinking about going to fish a particular lake because you have some time off or something and you just wanted to fish someplace. Don't go down there. A lot of these people are still, in the midst of recovering and cleaning up from the disaster, and they don't need you down there and in the way, to be quite honest about it. Stay out of the area. Let them do their things. Make other plans. Go someplace else. Also, some of these waters are still extremely high. The water conditions could still be very rough with the currents and very dangerous. So we encourage you not to go and fish in those areas. All right, with that, we're going to look at other parts of the country. Now, we're in October. October means temperatures are changing. That's right. Fish are out of spawn as far as, the bluegill and the crappie and the catfish and the bass and all that. We don't have to worry about any of that. But we have the cooler temperatures now in most places. Now, here in Kentucky, we're still hitting some 80-degree temperatures on some days. Now, right now, generally, we're in the 70s, but our water temperatures at night, our nighttime temperatures are dropping all the way down right now until about 45 degrees. I believe we had about 45, 43 degrees temperature last night. So that's going to start affecting things, right? Now, a lot of your crappie, for instance, had moved out into the deeper water. Well, a lot of them are still there. The water temperatures are changing, but they're changing slowly. But some of them are moving closer. You can still catch crappie. If you're fishing on the bank, you can still possibly catch some crappie depending on where you are in the country. Now, if you're out west and the temperatures are still warm out there, you may not see a significant amount of change, and your types of fishing may continue to be exactly how it's been over the last month or so. But in other areas, now that things are starting to cool off, you might have these fish migrating to different areas. Now, with the catfish are becoming more active also. It's not been super, super hot. It's not super, super cold right now. This is a great time to get out there and catfish. A lot of people especially in the areas when it starts hitting October and things, it starts getting cold. You think, I don't want to get out there and fish. Well, got to tell you, that's a great time to be out there for catfishing. So put your hoodie on, put your a light coat on or a jacket, and some long sleeve, and some, of course, some pants, and get out there and go fish. It's a great time to be out there right now around the country to go catfishing. So I highly encourage you to get out there and do that. Now, your bass, again, water temperatures are dropping, but those bass are still, water temperatures are warm enough that you can still find your bass up there closer to the shore as well as deep water. Now, if you're in an area where the temperatures are starting to drop, your presentations for your lures, if you're using jigs and baits, swim baits and things like that, you may have to slow some of the retrieves down just a little bit on the bass. Now, like I said, some of the areas the water temperature has not dropped drastically, so you might be able to have your presentation pretty much as normal. All right. So around the country, things are different because the weather is different, as we said. So depending on where you're at, like I said, may or may not be making a big change with the month of October. Now, we're in the early stages of October, and by the time we hit the latter part, it could be a dramatic shift in temperatures. Now, during that period of time, some of these fish may turn off because of the weather event. You know, you have a big cold front come through that could cause these fish to slow down. Again, these fish will still eat, folks. They're still going to eat, but your presentations, like I said, if you're throwing a jig, if you're pulling baits or whatever, you may have to slow things down just a little bit. And the name of the game, too, with fishing, if you're throwing from the bank and you're throwing a rod out, whether you're fishing on the bottom or you're suspending baits with the slip bobber rig or something like that, it doesn't matter. It's fishing, and the name of the game here is patience. So when the temperatures drop, the fish may be moving a little slower in some cases. Some, like the catfish right now, the way the waters are slowly cooling down, some they're becoming more active and they're aggressive and they're fighting as normal. But things like bass and bluegill and things like that, they may slow down a little bit. So looking to find those fish, you may have to have that little bit of patience, all right, to do that. But as far as the recap of October's fishing report, fishing is fine. Fishing can still be on fire depending on obviously where you're at and if you're having fronts come through and so on and so forth. But October is a great month to go fishing, especially if you're a cat fisherman. So get out there, put the jacket on if need be. You can always take it off if like you're in an area like us and the temperature starts warming up. You can peel it off and you can stay comfortable all day long that way. And you can still get out there and catch some fish. So just because we've moved into October, and for many of us, that means the cooler month. Don't give up on fishing. Now is a great time to get out there and go fish. We hope you do, folks, and we hope you're very successful at it. Thank you for watching. We'd appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, let your friends know about us as well. We would greatly appreciate it. Folks, you guys take care. We'll see you back here real soon, right here at We Be Fishing. You have a great day.